As my camera focuses, we are here for round 3. An exciting match here. Leon versus Ben. They're shuffling up. Let me get rid of this Arc-Light Phoenix. Get out of here. You're exiled. We have Leon playing Green-White Company versus Ben, who's playing KCI. And I'm going to update this real fast. Give me a moment, please, everyone. Benny Collected Company, that is. And Ben is playing KCI. I know nothing about this matchup, but we can speculate. Let's think about this for a second. I fixed my background once again. So, this way, yeah. The whole universe is black behind me, okay, everyone? There are no seams to this reality. So, KCI versus Green-White Company. What do we have? Well, Green-White is good at removing artifacts and enchantments, which is good. Killing artifacts here is going to be key. And I do happen to know that Leon plays at least one Knight of Autumn in the main deck. And that's the new Reclamation Sage, so that's going to help him a lot. KCI just wants a Goldfish. It's like an Eggs deck. He plays a Terrarian tapped. That is an artifact. Produces any color mana when you sacrifice it, and when it enters a graveyard, you draw a card. It's just a little egg, so to speak. So he's going to cycle it. Ben here is just trying to build up his artifacts, get his combo in line. And once he has a critical mass of stuff, he'll just Goldfish away and eventually win the game. Now, Leon, no matter if he likes it or not, whether he likes it or not, he's the control deck. He has to be like a kind of tempo control deck where he either kills his opponent really, really fast or stops them from going off. And he's going to have to do some combination of these two things, I imagine. Starting with a 2/2, Scavenging Ooze. It is a bear. However, it has a powerful ability because KCI does try to recur cards from his graveyard. That's how its combo works with that new guy who gets artifacts from your graveyard. Let me look up what that's called really fast. As well as Mirror Retriever. One moment. What is your name? Scrap Heap Scrounger. No. Scrap Trawler. That's the guy. I'll put it on screen for you. But Scavenging Ooze, allowing him to exile cards from graveyards, is going to allow him to stop those shenanigans from happening. Scrap Trawler. See, Engineer Explosives on 2, though. That is already going to deal with this Scavenging Ooze. Ben knows that he's just going to have to get rid of that Scooze before he can go off, so he's not playing any games. He's just going to get rid of it right away. Seems appropriate. We'll see how long he wants to hang on to this explosives, or if he just wants to pop it away right away on Leon's end step for mana efficiency. I imagine he will. Here we have Scrap Trawler on the screen. Well, this is a pivotal part of the combo. Yeah, he is going to go off. That's going to kill his own Ichor Wellspring, which is going to allow him to draw a card. But Leon decides to exile the Engineer Explosives with the Engineer Explosives ability on the stack. The cost is sacrificing it, so it's on the graveyard before everything else dies. Leon has the opportunity to remove it, and that's precisely what he's going to do. Unfortunately, we've got a little bit of glare on Ben's lands, so it's hard to see exactly what they are. They do have lots of spell lands, like that Buried Ruin in play. Uh-oh. KCI on the stack. Leon's going to respond, maybe Tech Edge the Buried Ruin. Looks like that's the plan. And Ben can tap it for mana, but now he can't use its effect. On the stack, kill your Buried Ruin. KCI comes into play. 1 mana floating. Play the Engineer Explosive for 0, sacrifice it, that's 3 mana. Let me get Kark Clan Ironworks just lets you sacrifice an artifact to make 2 colorless mana. Sacrifice the Terrarian, enters a graveyard trigger, he's going to draw a card, adds 2 more mana, he's going to go up to 5 colorless mana. Looks like Leon has a response though. In response, he's going to path that Mirror Retriever. And it's going to get sacked too. Turn the Ichor Wellspring with its trigger. Path not doing anything here against the Mirror Retriever. Play this for 0, sacrifice it. Mirror Retriever again, play it, sacrifice it, get an artifact back. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the Goldfish. Oh, I'm sorry, that is the Scrap Trawler, not the Mirror Retriever. Sack my Opal. 2 more mana. Another KCI. Trawler triggers, sacrifices 4-drop, gives him a 3-drop, sacrifice 3-drop, gets his 2-drop. Make infinite mana, draw my whole deck, you're dead. And Leon will scoop to that. And that's just how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. It is that quick of KCI. So the reason he played, just to reiterate here, the reason he played the second Krark Clan Ironworks is not for its ability, but just because it's a 4-mana artifact. So when he sacrifices it, this Scrap Trawler, which you can see on the screen, I was going to get a 3-drop back. He can play that. He sacrifices to get a 2-drop back. It means he can play Ichor Wellspring as many times as he wants. Terrarion as much as he wants. Generates infinite mana, draws his whole deck. Eventually finds the win condition, which I believe is maybe Grape Shot. It's probably a better one. Oh, it's just a Pyrite Spellbomb. Yeah, so Pyrite Spellbomb is the win condition. It's just a 1-mana artifact. You can pay a red to sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to your opponent, or any target, but the opponent in this case. Alright, let's go to me here. Let's think about sideboards, everybody. What do you want to bring in here? This is another situation where it's really up to the green-white deck to... You saw how the matchup goes in Game 1. It's up to the green-white deck to board in some kind of answer. You imagine those colors are good at removing artifacts, so he's going to just bring in every single card he has that says artifact from his sideboard, shove it in there. Stony Silence. Another Knight of Autumn, the new Reclamation Sage guy. He probably has some other things, maybe Pride Mages, etc. So he's going to try to kill artifacts as much as he can. We saw, though, that removal isn't particularly effective once the KCI is in play. You just sacrifice stuff and get it back. So it's going to be difficult for Leon. He's really going to need the Stony Silence. That is his silver bullet here. So we expect that Ben... I'm going to show Ben again. Whoops, this one. Ben on your right. He's going to be boarding in answers to Stony Silence. So like I said in the last round, the combo decks bring in hate for the hate, right? So Nature's Claim is going to be coming in. Abrupt Decay, potentially. Just enough stuff that he can stop the Stony Silence from stopping him. And it looks like a very favorable matchup for Ben, I have to say. This green-white mid-range deck just not having too much game, especially Game 1, against the non-interactive combo decks. So I imagine Leon boarded in like 10 cards. Hopefully that's good enough. Stony Silence really being the key here. I can see that at the bottom of his deck right now. He's definitely got them. You just need to draw them. And I wonder how aggressively you need a mulligan. Like if I'm in Leon's seat and I get a 7-card hand, that's just like a good curve, like the normal beatdown curve for like a Game 1 strategy against a fair deck. I don't think it's good enough. You just have to mulligan, right? Like I'd rather have a 4-card hand with 2 lands and a Stony Silence than a 7-card hand with just like dudes, right? And we saw that Engineered Explosives being a recurable, sometimes 0-mana artifact is so powerful in the strategy. You can just play it for 2 mana. It's almost a Black Lotus when you have KCI in play. It also deals with any problem. So main deck answers to their main deck hate. And post board, he's still going to have those Engineered Explosives to deal with Stony Silence. So it's going to be tricky for Leon to land. He's got to find the hate. That's step 1, but he needs to basically get lucky and have Ben not find the removal for his hate. So it's an uphill battle here for Leon. Just out of the gate. We'll see what he can do. These players are both 2-0. So I have faith in Leon. he can do it. I would at least like to see him take one game here. We shall see. And we're off for game 2. Let me update this really fast. Reflect that Ben has taken one game. Leon already mulliganing. This is what I was saying, right? Like, that could have been a reasonable hand in a normal situation. And he's just mulliganing aggressively for Stony Silence, basically. Stony Silence or bust. Let's go to 4, looking for it. We shall see. Here we go, Leon. Let's give him our energy. Good 6 cards here. Get the Stony Silence. Does he have it? I see birds. I see lands. He might just decide that he has to keep. Maybe that's a Scavenging Ooze. He's definitely going to keep. Oh, and look at that Ben showing his hand. He's got the nuts. Land fetch. Windswept Heath. Land. We don't have life totals this time. My phone is about to die, but it doesn't matter. Ben's life total certainly does, but I'll do the arithmetic there for everyone. Leon's life total is going to go from full to 0. There are no half measures for the KCI deck. Birds of Paradise. It's a very good 1-drop in most situations. Let's see if it's good enough in this matchup. We have Grove of the Burn Willows. Card we see in Legacy more than Modern because Punishing Fire is legal, but here we would rather play this over Karplusan Forest because our opponent's life total doesn't matter, but ours surely does. Grove, gaining Leon 1 life, irrelevantly. Chromatic Star, Mox Opal Pass from Ben. And we have a Knight of the Reliquary, I believe. It's 3 mana play for Leon. He has the super ugly promo version of the art. Another Chromatic Star. Now we have Metalcraft. Tap that, sacrifice it, make a mana, draw a card. Presumably green. Doesn't really matter. Draw another one. Spend that mana to make another mana. Ben still has 1 floating. He's going to cast Ancient Stirrings with the green. And we've seen this before. This is something that Tron also likes to do. Let's see what he can find. He already has 2 copies of Krark Clan Ironworks in his hand, so he's not going to need that. He's going to need the Scrap Trawlers or the... This is a Darksteel Citadel. Sorry again for the glare. Plays it immediately. Chromatic Sphere. Similar to Star. Star is slightly better, of course, but it's 1 mana artifact. You can sacrifice it, paying 1. It makes a mana and draws a card. One of the few ways in Magic to win as a mana ability. I'll let you figure out how. Leon's in a tricky position. Ben hasn't been able to develop his mana too quickly. So he's got a window here. He might have artifact removal in his hand as well, but I don't think we want to remove it. The danger, though, is that we won't have time once the Ironworks comes down to do anything about it. We saw last game, Ben just won as soon as the KCI hit the table. So this is a tricky spot for Leon. This Knight is a 3/3. He's not going to activate it, though. This could be the Stony Silence. That would be amazing. It's going to even shut down the Darksteel Citadel. No. Voice of Resurgence. And now, after playing it, he's thinking about activating his Knight of the Reliquary. But maybe he just wants to get in there for 3. Activating it would give him another mana this turn. And pump the Knight for future turns. It looks like instead he's going to play another bird and pass. And he's going to activate that Knight in Ben's end step, which is why he didn't attack with it. 3 mana, 4 mana, Quarkland Ironworks. Here it is already. Can Ben do it? I think he can. Leon is F6th. Leon has no plays here. Ben can feel it. Let's go. Here we go. Sacrifice my Darksteel Citadel to Quarkland Ironworks. Make 2 mana. Now, I don't believe the Sphere draws a card when you sacrifice it the way the Star does. There's the Trawler. That's bad news for Leon. Now, we saw before, whenever... Or maybe it's still here. Yes, there it is. And maybe Leon has a Surgical that he wants to use in response. It seems to be what he's thinking about. That could do something. What do you remove, though? Maybe just the explosives? Oh, I see. He's going to get Bog in response with his Knight. Very, very smart. That's why he left the Knight up. So, response to the Scrap Trawler. Ben will get bogged here, but he still might be able to go off through this. Bog exiles all the cards from his graveyard. Uses the Star to draw a card and make a green because if he sacrifices it, he doesn't get the mana. Sacrifices his Opal, plays another one. Taps it for mana, blue, green, then sacrifices it for 2 colorless. He's got blue, green, and 2. Plays another KCI, and here we go. Plays KCI, sacrifices it, gets it in his hand. He can play this, sacrifice it for mana and draw a card, which is going to get his Opal back, which he can play. Generates 3 mana. It's basically Black Lotus at this point. Now he doesn't have the Mirror Retriever, so he can't get the KCI back yet. So this is a finite loop still. Let's see what Ben can do about it. He's got 5 mana. No, he has 3 mana floating. He's got Mox Opal in his hand. He has a Scrap Trawler and KCI in play. 5 cards in the grip. 4 cards in the grip. What can you do, Leon? Or Ben? He needs to go off here. The danger of passing now is the potential removal that Leon would have. We saw him already sacrifice one of his Quarkland Ironworks. Yep, he's just going to play the Opal and pass. So here's a Fizzle. Gives Leon a window. If he removes this KCI, then there's 2 in the graveyard. So not fully dealt with, but 2 partially dealt with KCI. And only 2 to go. I imagine there's not another Bog, so I don't think he will be able to Bajuka Bog his opponent again. Will Leon, but... Oh no. He's looking at his hand. He's thinking about his options. And it doesn't look like he likes what he sees. So I imagine he does not have the answer here for KCI. Tech Edge. Just a land. No abilities yet. Leon's in the tank. What can he do? What land can he tutor? Maybe he can activate, get a Horizon Canopy and cycle it and look 1 card deeper for his Knight of Autumn? Yeah, he could. That might be the line, actually. Let's see if he goes for that. No, he's just going to attack here for 6. Now, I don't know Ben's exact total, but he's at around 13. Meaning Leon's going to need at least 2 more turns to end this game. I don't think he'll have it, unless he can remove something right now. 3 mana. Eldritch Evolution. Okay, this is a card. Sacrifice a green creature. Search your library for a creature with CMC 3 more than the sacrificed creature. 3 more or less, I believe. So now he can get a 5 or less mana card. He's going to get Knight of Autumn, and he will be able to remove the Quarkland Ironworks. I believe that is the play. It is going to put a Chromatic Sphere back in Ben's hand with the Scrap Trawler trigger. But he's got to do something. I think killing the KCI is better. Here we go. Oh! Eidolon of Rhetoric is the choice from Leon rather than... oh, that's very interesting. Let me get that on the screen. So rather than finding a card to kill the Quarkland Ironworks, he just says, I'm not going to let you play spells. Eidolon only lets you play one card a turn. So until Ben is able to remove this, he's not going to be able to go off. His combo involves casting many, many cards in one turn. So Leon says, kill this or lose. Oh, and I missed it, but shit. As I was looking away and getting that picture back, boop, it died. Looks like we had a dismember or something of the sort, which immediately dealt with the Eidolon of Rhetoric, unfortunately, for Leon. And now Ben, coast is clear. The gates are open. Here we go. Pyrite Spellbomb. He's playing this carefully, you can see. Animar Coast. Yavimaya Coast. He's going to deal 2 damage to the Reliquary. Nope. Yeah, 2 to the Knight. So it has 2 damage marked on it, and I believe it is a 4/4. Sacrifices Scrap Trawler, KCI to make mana. Plays Fire Spout, deals 2 damage to all creatures. That's why he dealt 2 to the Knight. And now Ben is on the control plan, removing Leon's board very effectively. Even the token from the Voice of Resurgence became a 1/1 when all of the creatures died, and then died to the 2 damage marked on it. And he even got the Pirate Spellbomb back with the Scrap Trawler trigger. So nice play for Ben, playing unexpectedly, playing this control game post board, removing all of Leon's threats. Now he's gonna go off. 2 mana, draw a card. Play a star, that's the good one. Sack it for 2, draw another card. Spire of Industry. Activate it. Search his library for an artifact. I believe he'll get a Scrap Trawler. And this may do it. See what he wants here. Unless I am misunderstanding how Spire of Industry works. Let me check. Oh, not Spire of Industry, Inventor's Fair. Yes. Search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it in your hand. Activate it if you have Metalcraft. Yep. And he does choose to get the Scrap Trawler. He's going to play it and just pass as he's tapped out. Planning to go on next turn. Go off next turn. 1 more card from his draw step. Now Leon's got to do something. He's got 2 cards in his hand. And that's not a lot. He's going to have to do a lot with a little here. Courser of Crufix reveals a blue card that I do not recognize on top of his library. Interesting. Here we go. Cycle Pirate Spellbomb. Recur Mox Opal with Scrap Trawler. Play it, tap it, sacrifice it. That's a Black Lotus. Play another KCI. Uh-oh. Does he have the Mirror Retriever? No, but he has 2 Scrap Trawlers. So that will do it, right? KCI, sacrifice it for 2 mana, get Scrap Trawler. Oh, he does have the Mirror Retriever in his graveyard, and that's going to do it. That is the loop. Kill you with infinite Pirate Spellbombs. And he's like, look, I had all these. I even had the Nature's Claim to deal with your Stony Silence. It's going to do it for round 3. Quick game, again, these modern games. Super quick, lots of combo here today. And Ben expertly demonstrating the power of the KCI deck. Leon trying to play fair Magic, and his opponent not obliging. And you can see how it goes off even through lots of hate. It's really impressive. So, well played by Leon. Ultimately, Ben getting there with his KCI deck. We are going to take a brief break while I look for another match to put on the stream. And if not,